Sup, you beautiful bastards? Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. Welcome back to the Philip DeFranco Show, and let's just jump into it. And the first thing I want to talk about today is the now canceled Ann Coulter Berkeley speech. Berkeley's been in the news over free speech debate a lot. I would say it started probably back in February when Milo Yiannopoulos had to cancel his speech. You might remember when Milo Yiannopoulos was set to speak, what started out as a protest turned into people bashing in windows. We saw people getting pepper sprayed and beat just because they had a different opinion. We saw a lot of so-called anti-fascists being what they say they are standing up against. You know, because nothing says, I'm standing up to intolerance like pepper spraying someone who's just sharing an opinion that's different than yours. Well, that was then, and this is now. Let's talk about the Ann Coulter situation. Here's the timeline. On March 29th, Berkeley College Republicans announced that Ann Coulter will speak April 27th. She's a high-profile conservative figure, and she is going to be there speaking about illegal immigration. Then we start getting closer to the event, and tensions are high. On April 15th, while not necessarily connected to Ann Coulter speaking, anti-Trump and Trump protesters clashed. It happened off campus, but there were fist fights, people were throwing smoke bombs, fireworks. Then on April 19th, Ann Coulter's speech is canceled by UC Berkeley. University administrators saying in a statement that they could not let Miss Coulter speak because of active security threats. In a letter to the Berkeley College Republicans, which was sponsoring the speech, two vice chancellors said the university had been unable to find a safe and suitable venue for your planned April 27th event featuring Ann Coulter. Then after a lot of national criticism, a lot of national attention, they say, no, never mind, Ann Coulter is gonna speak. We found a safe venue, it just won't be on April 27th, it'll be on May 2nd. But in response to this, Ann Coulter and the Republican group that invited her rejected this. Coulter saying Berkeley officials were adding burdensome conditions to her speech, adding that she had already spent money to hold the event on April 27th and was not available to appear May 2nd. Also pointing out that the later date would coincide with a reading period before final exams, when there are no classes on campus and fewer students were around. Then, on April 24th, a lawyer representing the Berkeley College Republicans and Young Americans Foundation called the cancellation of Coulter's speech unconstitutional and filing a lawsuit claiming the university violated free speech rights. Then this past Tuesday, the Young Americans Foundation backed out as a co-sponsor of this event with Coulter, in a statement on its website saying it will not jeopardize the safety of its staff or students, citing a lack of assurances for protections from foreseeable violence. The Berkeley College Republicans also backed down, saying that the situation had become too hostile. And so then finally, Ann Coulter said she is no longer going to have a speech at Berkeley, saying that it was because she had lost the backing of conservative groups that had initially sponsored her appearance, adding, it's a sad day for free speech. Everyone who should believe in free speech fought against it or ran away. And for those of you who have watched for a while, this will not shock you. While I do not like what Ann Coulter says, I think that she should have the right to say it. Suppression of free speech is not a win, whether it be against your friend or an enemy. If someone has a flawed or horrible argument, let them air it out so the world can know how stupid they are. Let them give you the ammunition for their own undoing. I can never support people that cheer because someone's not able to say something because they were literally scared for their lives. Anyone who cheers on the suppression of free speech, whether it be something you agree with or something you don't, you are no friend of mine. You have done what I had previously thought unthinkable, and that was make Ann Coulter look like a victim. It just boggles my mind that there are people that are so passionate about something and it has blinded them so much that they do not realize they are becoming what they say they hate. Now keep in mind, I'm not saying, oh, all the kids at UC Berkeley, they're the problem. In fact, while there are students there that obviously did not want Ann Coulter to speak, there were also a lot that did. And that's an important point in stories like this, is that we don't take the most extreme of people that are opposed to you and say, that's the entire group, there you have it, it's that simple, all or nothing. It's not. But hey, like I always say, this is my opinion here. Whether you agree or you disagree with me, I'd love to know your takeaway from this situation. Is this a win or is this a big loss for America? I'd love to know your thoughts here. But from that, I want to share some stuff I loved today. And today in Awesome, brought to you by the Life's Not a Competition, but if it was, I'd be winning shirt. A shirt that says, hey, you're awesome and you shouldn't be sad because I'm more awesome. And so if you want to snag that, that is available for the next 3 days. And the first bit of awesome, you might have already seen it already, is the reveal trailer for Call of Duty World War II. And I'm including this in Today in Awesome because obviously there are a ton of people that are excited about this, but also this is awesome for the Call of Duty franchise because this reveal trailer has been received infinitely better than their last reveal trailer, which of course famously received over 3.5 million dislikes. People apparently hate space. They received so much hate they were like, okay, fuck the future, we'll go back. Then we got a video I want to pimp out from Mark Rober. He filmed a Hot Wheels slow-mo stunt race, which sounds maybe childish, but there's some epic slow-mo shots and stunts, and also I feel like we should need to take away the negative connotation with the term childish. Then we got a video from Awaken with JP on how to make your relationship better by being passive-aggressive. And even before watching this video, it just felt good to know I was ahead of the curve here. And the last bit of awesome, and by far the most awesome, was a Heineken ad. It's called Worlds Apart, Open Your World, and it is everything that stupid Kendall Jenner Pepsi commercial wasn't. They take people who are opposed on a topic, put them together, have them work things out together, learn about each other, and then they reveal through video the person you've been working with with and that you're enjoying your time with, you are in disagreement with them. And after learning that, you can either leave or sit down, have a beer, and talk it out. And it's beautiful. That stupid Pepsi commercial, it was like Pepsi solved everything. It lives in this super happy fun time fantasy land where sugar poison solves everything. Whereas this Heineken ad just shows us that we're all human, that we're going to disagree, and maybe we can talk it out. And maybe that drink can be a part of the process, but it's not the magic thing that solves it. The people themselves, they solve it. The humans solve it, and the drink's just there for the ride. We could all benefit from trying to find some common ground with one another. And if you want to see the full versions of everything I just shared, the secret link of the day, anything at all, links as always are in the description down below. And then let's talk about Bill Nye the Science Guy. Now, before moving forward, I want to say that Bill Nye will always have a special place in my heart, along with Beakman's World, The Reading Rainbow, Mr. Wizard, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, The Magic School Bus. There's too many. There are really too many to list off, but these were shows that made me care about the world, which is why I was so excited that Bill Nye was going to have a Netflix show. Now, based off of what I've seen with the change of format, that it's to a studio audience, and moments like this with Rachel Bloom,
'Cause my sex junk is so much more than either.
I'm left cringing so hard I might have just popped a blood vessel, and also I'm not excited to binge through the show. Well, the reason I'm talking about Bill today doesn't have to do with that. It has to do with people saying that Bill Nye is pandering, he is flip-flop. You may have already seen the side-by-side comparison of old Bill versus new Bill. Old Bill saying gender is determined by your chromosomes. New Bill saying gender is like sex, it's on a spectrum. And people have been sharing these pictures side by side with captions like pre-woke versus post-woke, Bill Nye before social justice. I saw Milo Yiannopoulos posting it and then deleting it, and the Donald embraced the picture. But it turns out it's fake. Not the new picture, but the old one. Here's what Bill Nye actually said.
Chromosomes contain all of the genetic information, all of the instructions you need to make a person.
And once again, this seems like our now daily reminder of we need to look into things before we just embrace it and pass it on as truth. If you don't like what Bill Nye said with gender is like sex, it's on a spectrum, you can just disagree with that or bash him for that. You don't need to then go and do what many of the media outlets do, which is take something that turns out to actually be flimsy or fake and then overswing and make yourself look ridiculous because you shared something fake when you had your argument. What I will say is that the silver lining to this story is it feels like people are holding themselves more accountable. I saw a few people that had posted the meme acknowledging that they were wrong, screen capping their mistakes, showing what he actually said. We need to see more of that. No one is infallible. Sometimes our bias blinds us, and sometimes we just have off days. Then, in news I didn't talk about yesterday because I thought it's so stupid that I thought it had to be fake news, but it is not. The department store Nordstrom is selling a pair of jeans covered in fake mud for $425. I saw that and I went, no. I mean, I hated ripped jeans at first, but at least then you see more skin. Sure, there might be some people that buy those jeans to make it look like they're worn in, but a lot of people, it's just a look. But fake mud? I mean, this to me just makes it seem like rich people are spending money to make it seem like they actually worked for their money. And the description for these jeans on their website make me want to punch one of their executives in the throat. Under details, it says, heavily distressed medium blue denim jeans and a comfortable straight leg fit embody rugged Americana workwear that's seen some hard working action with a crackled, caked on muddy coating that shows you're not afraid to get down and dirty. You are afraid to get down and dirty because you paid $425 to make it seem like you didn't buy your outfit with your trust fund money. But what a lot of people haven't realized is it's not just this one pair of jeans. They have several. There's the Barracuda straight leg jeans, as well as the Demon Slim straight leg jeans. Organic denim jeans which showcase distinctive one-of-a-kind character. It evokes a rugged, well-worn appearance that's put in long hours at the shop. Or the Barracuda destroyed straight leg jeans, which by the way, if police raided the home of a man and found that he had killed 10 people and put them in his freezer, I would imagine he wears pants like this. What is even happening? What is that random white patch? It looks like the skin of a victim. And at the top of the jeans, I can't tell if you're trying to lie and convince people you were painting or you just had your first period. And I'm left torn when I see things like this because it makes me go, I hate rich people. But at the same time, if a rich person buys these pair of pants, then they are separated from their money, and isn't that kind of a win? Also, I just realized I have not mentioned the brand name of the people who actually make these clothes, and that is PRPS, which I don't know what those letters stand for, nor will I learn, because I'm not going to call you by that name ever. I am going to call this fuckboy apparel. And obviously, as you would expect, people have been trolling Nordstrom hard over this, but a company has also joined in, and that company is Reebok, who jokingly offered the Reebok Authentic Sweatshirt. Product description reading, created by the hard-working Reebok employees who always find time to sweat it out during the day. We're putting in the hard work for you and giving you a pre-sweated tee for that post-workout look and smell. Authentic sweat for those who don't have time to put in the real workout. Actual stains that will last forever, do not wash. Accurate placement of stains created by sweaty employees after workout for maximum visibility. And while hilarious, I think that description perfectly conveys why I hate those jeans so much. People buying those clothes aren't just lazy fakers. Those clothes are the embodiment of what I hate, of people who present themselves as something, that talk about their hustle, their grind, which is usually 90% posing for pictures on Instagram with stupid-ass captions. People with calf and ass implants trying to tell you how to be healthy, how to live a better life just so they can sell you some bullshit. And that's just the world we live in. Perception is reality. Bullshitters can win. People can present themselves to be as deep as the fucking ocean, but they're just a puddle. I don't know if you can tell, but I kinda sorta hate fakers. But my main takeaway, let's let rich fuckboys buy these jeans, because at least then they'll be easier to identify. And then let's talk about a lawsuit coming out of Wisconsin. A Wisconsin TV station has filed a federal lawsuit against these two men, Joe Pickett and Nick Pruer. Although the Wisconsin TV station did not know them by those names previously, they knew them as Steel and Chop. Steel and Chop were a strongman duo who showed the hosts and all the viewers at home how to stay fit. But it turned out they were fakes, they were phonies. The TV station saying they were defrauded. Joe and Nick used fake names and materials to fraudulently convince the station to book their appearance on Hello Wisconsin. Reportedly, November 16th of last year, two of the anchors of Hello Wisconsin received an email from Jerry Chubb. The email said that the duo was going to perform a series of free live events where they would use their muscles to entertain and educate. The press release also stated that Chop and Steel were fan favorites from season 3 of America's Got Talent. And I'm just gonna stop there because I have to say, I think this lawsuit is ridiculous. How, in less than 5 seconds, you see these two guys show up saying they are a strongman duo? Do you not realize this is a joke? How, when they advertise smashing two tennis rackets against one another as an exercise, do you not realize you're being played? Or when they showcase karate chopping twigs? Or my personal favorite, the Easter basket stomp exercise. And the fact that when they're plugging their website, they're doing it like this. Come on, it's a joke and you got played, it's funny. And actually, on that note, the two comedians said that the anchors thought it was funny, saying the anchor emailed us the following day saying, well played, you guys. But unfortunately, it's their parent company, Gray Television, who is none too happy and is suing. And my ultimate takeaway from this is, really, you're gonna sue over this? You're going to sue two guys who played a joke on you, which, by the way, could have been avoided if any single individual at your giant-ass company had just written their names into Google and hit enter. It just makes you look sad. Then, in the latest update for United Airlines, do not worry, no one died, no one had their face smashed in. United Airlines made some big announcements in the review of the April 9th incident with Dr. Dow. They pledged to cut back on overbooking and develop an automated system to gauge customers' interest in voluntary compensated bumping at check-in. Law enforcement officers will not be asked to remove customers from United flights unless it's a matter of safety and security. Customers already seated on a plane will not be required to give up their seat involuntarily unless safety or security is at risk. Crews must be booked on flights at least 60 minutes prior to departure. Gate agents will undergo additional annual training beginning in August on difficult situations like this. A new In the Moment app will be launched for flight attendants by July and gate agents later this year that will allow them to give customers miles or other compensation the moment a disservice occurs. Customers will be paid at least $1,500 on any permanently lost bags. And finally, the big announcement everyone's talking about, the maximum incentive for giving up your seat on a flight is now $10,000. That change kicks in tomorrow. And this, of course, a massive deal because the reason they were kicking people off of that United Airlines flight with Dr. Dow was because they offered $800 and there were no takers, and then they just started booting people off the plane. Delta made this change to $10,000 a few days ago, and now United Airlines is following suit. And we'll have to wait and see how the public responds to this. The reaccommodator and CEO of United Airlines, Oscar Munoz, saying, "Our review shows that many things went wrong that day. But the headline is clear. Our policies got in the way of our values. Our customers should be at the center of everything we do, and these changes are just the beginning of how we will earn back their trust." And so a question I'll pass off to you. For those of you that have been saying you would not fly United after this incident, are these changes enough for you? Either morally, because you're taking them at their word, you think that they made a mistake, they're trying to fix it, or financially, in that you maybe almost kind of want to book a United flight just to get booted off. Maybe turn around a little profit from voluntarily giving up your seat. One thing's for sure to me, and that is United Airlines looks to be handling this situation and coming out a little bit cleaner than the security guards that were involved here. And that's actually where I'm going to end today's show. And remember, if you liked this video, you like what I try and do on this channel, hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you missed and want to catch up on yesterday's Philip DeFranco show, you can click or tap right there to watch that. If you want to see yesterday's Q&A video, you can click or tap right there. But that said, of course, as always, my name's Philip DeFranco. You've just been filled in. I love yo faces, and I'll see you next time.